Word up, word up, word up, word up. A little bit of an uneven game here, man. The Lions take a tenuous 4-point lead into the locker room. There has been some hugely consequential swing plays both ways in this one. Both quarterbacks feel a little yippish to me. Were it not for the special teams blunder, I think this would be basically a 1-point game right there at the death. Some defenses are playing well. They're hitting hard. They're coordinated well. This feels like Vikings are over to me, but I will listen to whatever your opinion is because you've watched this more closely than I have.
I'm kind of with you on the over there.
Okay.
There's been, the Vikings have driven the field, 3-4 times it feels like. The Vikings have 3 red zone drives, no touchdowns. See the 2 short field goals and then the turnover on downs. The Vikings did have the 1 turnover. They probably should have had a safety in the spirit of the rule, but such is life. Yardage is advantage Lions. They've had a couple more chunk plays. They got them, basically the difference in yardage right now is kind of those last 2 passing plays after the gaff by the kicker there. You can't really do that. Minnesota hasn't been nearly as explosive, but I wonder if they need to be to move the ball. Some of this stuff over the middle to avoid some of the Detroit pass rush probably feels right. This is still not a great secondary outside of Branch. There's some people that you can attack. So I wonder if it is just let's get Sam some stuff he can't fuck up. Because Sam has the chili dippers. All the words he uses in Tin Cup there. Oh, a bit of a chili dipper.
So we're seeing we're basically seeing Minnesota. If you want Minnesota, you either got to lay the money line in the second half minus 129, or you can lay 1 and at plus 105. The total is 27. It is slightly juiced to the over. It's a big number. Let's talk about how the game state plays out here. If either the Lions extend a lead, or do you know what I mean? Like if the Lions extend the lead, then it becomes Minnesota goes for it on every 4th down, right? There's no pack it in.
Well, and it was 4th and 7, so I understand the short field goal there, but KOC is already going to be aggressive on some of those 4th and shorts anyway. If it's 4th and short from the 22, 4th and 1, 4th and less than 1, I don't feel like we're getting field goals there. We are going to probably see, aggressiveness. And obviously, you have Dan being aggressive. Probably this total might come down to some 4th down plays. The truth is, this is not a second half I'm excited about betting. There's not some of these times we come in here just raring oh my God,
yeah,
we have to bet the Chiefs, right? This is such an easy no-brainer. But we're not going to go say don't bet the second half because it's not our game.
No, we got to find the right angle. So Minnesota gets the ball first. They're at 3.6 yards per play. Darnold is, his touches just isn't there. The pressure has been pretty relentless from the Lions, which is surprising considering the bodies they have available. Goff does not look himself. I kind of am more into Minnesota than I am the over, if we're being honest. Have we seen a game state
what
where
about their team total?
So I guess here's what I'm thinking. To get the over, you need the Vikings to turn this into a boat race. 4 touchdowns. We need a boat race.
But I'm saying, the Vikings have had 3 red zone trips already.
Yeah, they're only 3.6 yards per play. One of them was on a turnover, right?
Yeah, that one was a short field, obviously, but they drove the field twice.
Penalties, the refs have been letting them play. Terry Arnold is getting away with absolute murder.
I was going to say, I don't see them suddenly changing gears and calling a bunch of pass interferences either. Okay, let's take
the refs might have a little powwow at halftime. Be like, I know this is a big game. We want to let them play it, play it out on the field, but decide it on the field. But I don't know. I think you gotta pull the pull the laundry out.
So this is basically like Minnesota +3 is essentially what you're getting here.
Yeah,
Because
basically.
you get it +104.
Oh no! Hey, guess what? It's the impossibly rare. The number is moved, not just indexed. It is now Minnesota -0.5, -104. -0.5. I like that a lot.
Okay. Yeah, you can find that. Profit exchange. You can get either one.
Doing better than -1
There's
plus
liquidity
105,
on Vikings
-0.5,
in either one.
-104 to me. That is enough to kind of put me into skull mode.
Yeah, I was a little worried they rushed Anzalone back with the.
He does look. The defense does.
He looks fine,
but I mean Jefferson Addison they are doing their job. We just need Darnold to chill the fuck out.
Yeah, you know how they give him Toradol and stuff for when they have a bad injury at halftime.
Sure.
You know, coach shuts the door on Varsity Blues. It's like that, but they need to give him some like a 10 milligram gummy. Maybe not 10. I don't know. He's a big guy. He can probably handle it. Just something where he chills out just ever so slightly. Because he's just torqued up right now.
Give him a shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
give him a little what do you call it? Cherry brandy. Yeah. Give him a little isn't that what you guys drink this time of year up there in the bitter cold?
So we like the apple corn. The apple brandy is good. Or the apple schnapps, excuse me.
Nice. You ever had Poir Williams?
Yeah, you got to keep the apple schnapps in the fridge at all times, just in case.
Have you ever had Poir Williams? You know the pear schnapps from Germany, where they take the bottle and
it's got the pear in it.
They put it on the little seedling pears, and then the pear grows into the bottle.
My mom literally has one of those, in her liquor cabinet. I'm 90% sure I saw that.
Poir Williams, yeah, those are great.
Kirschwasser, yeah. The cherry stuff's good. I like the
kirsch. Yeah, we have kirsch in our house. It's a very important ingredient in fondue. I'm sure you knew that.
I had a buddy who when he would go on a date, he had a bottle of peppermint schnapps in the freezer. And instead of getting gum or a mint, he would take a quick shot of that because it was dual purpose. It freshened your breath, but also took the edge off just enough. But it's not going to get you.
That's great. What kind do you remember? Was it Avalanche? Do you remember that from back in the day?
Do you remember Ice Hole?
Aftershock and Avalanche.
We had Ice Hole up here.
I don't know what Ice Hole is.
Ice Hole.
You're making that up. There's no Ice Hole.
Google
Ice Hole.
Ice Hole.
Oh. Did you have Aftershock and Avalanche? That was peppermint and cinnamon. Yeah.
There was a party where I broke one of those bottles open to get at the candy because I was so fucked up.
Oh, sure.
And they're like, Andy, you're eating glass. You're bleeding. I'm bleeding all over the place. Your mouth is bleeding. Because I wanted the sugar candy. And it was gone. The liquor is gone. So
yeah, of course. Let's eat the candy. Yeah.
And they're like, please don't break bottles in here either. That would be great.
Yeah. I didn't even think you could bet the breaking the bottle to get the pear out. But when we finished the Poir Williams, it was
no, but great. The Aftershock
aborted pear fetus out of the bottle. You know,
am I wrong?
There. What?
The Aftershock had the
candy in there. Yeah, rock candy. Okay. Yeah, it was cinnamon rock candy. Yeah, yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Baby.
Damn.
You want to talk real quick openers for next week?
Sure. Anything stand out to you? Any of these markets liquid, by the way? I kind of assume these are really soft, right?
I mean, the 5 games are kind of set in stone, and it's week 19. We should have enough information on these. It sounds like Jordan Love is fine. Watson is not.
These are all up. They're all up.
Yeah, you have your injury news. You have your ratings.
Taking 2 and 5.
I would say these are
2 and 2 on a total. So they're still a little soft, but not that soft.
No. So I mean, just let's rip through them real quick. The Texans Saturday afternoon, 2.5 point dogs. We always knew they're going to be home dogs.
Don't agree with that. Did you see how inspired the Texans played today, Andy?
They actually played a little better against
Texans.
I know,
Texans. I know it was the Titans. Dude, the Titans were. Great. You know what? Just real quick on that game. The Titans get the number 1 overall pick, thanks to losing. They understood the assignment. The Browns understood the assignment. Anytime a team is rotating quarterbacks, it's kind of a good feeling like they're going to lose. And they told us they were going to do that.
The Patriots tried.
Patriots tried. What? Hey, well, hang on. Well, make a note. Make a
The
note.
Bills did that.
Make a note on Patriots at any price in the preseason next year, because Joe Milton can ball. That dude can play football. He's going to get a lot of. He's going to get a lot of preseason snaps list next year, and the Patriots are going to be good as shit. Assuming they have an actual coach. We'll see. You got a prediction there? It's going to be variable.
You know what? Let's table the coach talk. We'll get to that because there's a bunch of that too, but in its own time. Total feels highish
for the Texans. I'm at a pick here. This is Texans or pass, but I don't love it at 2.5.
I like them as a home teaser. I just don't know if it's just going to be like a Saturday. Baltimore -1.5, Houston +8.5 kind of feels right. So I'll probably have that in the account. Speaking of,
giving you 3 -120 at Bookmaker. I gotta think harder about that matchup, but I kind of feel like Stingley can wipe out wide receiver 1. It's going to come down to whoever is on McConkey, who's been doing nickel defense for the Texans. They haven't really been burned by nickels very often. I think the Texans defense is good enough to keep the Chargers.
Absolutely not. I'll just blame the refs. That was a safety.
It was a safety, and there was pretty clearly pass interference in the end zone that was not.
And they missed a face mask. Yeah, the fix is in, Lupton. If Detroit wins, it will be the most tainted win outside of I'm trying to think of the Black Sox. Something of that ilk. It's pretty big. Ravens 8.5-point favorites, total 46.5. Like I said, I'm probably teasing the Saturday games. Okay. And boy, George Pickens had a lot of don't give a fuck in this game on a game that.
What did you think was going on there? Like he just wasn't ready to go, and he was out there just like trying to get
cold, or I don't know. He was dropping shit, and then it was the worst 2-minute drill I've seen outside of a team that was just like, oh, we thought they were going to try the 2-minute drill, and they're not. What was Russ? It's one thing if this is a rookie or a backup or somebody who maybe has recently been, let out of an insane asylum, who runs the ball there with the short time and then lands in bounds and just throws his shoulder. What is Russ doing?
The Ravens defense pitching a shutout feels in the cards.
They did. They did against Houston. They
did against Houston.
The only points scored were that safety. So
they almost did against the Browns.
Yeah,
they almost did against the Steelers last time they played. They held the Steelers without a touchdown the first time they played, and the Ravens defense is probably the scariest, healthiest unit in the AFC right now, I think.
Yeah, it feels like a kind of.
I gotta ask you, under. I think just the full game under 45.5 is probably my favorite bet of the entire card right now. Do you know? Do you see what I'm seeing there? There's a whiff of the Ravens have put a lot into this run to get to this place, and they're a little out of gas, and they need to save some bullets for the Bills. They need to save some bullets for the Chiefs.
2 or 3 more games left.
Yeah.
It feels like they. Do they have a decent running game? Could they salt away a lead in the second half?
Yes, this feels like the Ravens can win this one 23-20. 23-3, 23-3. Yeah. Like this could be a defense non-compete because Russell Wilson's not playing well, but he's not very good anymore. But the bigger problem is that the Steelers' offensive line is playing really poorly.
Russell Wilson wasn't even that bad in the second half. He was,
under pressure, under a whiff of pressure, he just fucking melted like butter.
He has gotten pretty bad over the last month.
He's seeing the pressure very, very clear-eyed.
I wonder if a team has ever lost their 5th straight game, and that was a playoff game. That feels hard to do. That would have to be a record.
I'm going to look that up while I will just say that I think that the number is too big. 8.5 is too big. Oh shit, 9.5. My God. Bookmaker opened 9.5. I think that number is too big, but I also don't have any inclination to bet the Steelers in this one. If you do bet the Steelers in this one, I implore you to parlay it with the under, because that is highly correlated. If the Steelers cover this number, it's because their defense shows up and plays the best game of the season, and or Lamar has the yips. Like, did you feel any yippishness with Lamar in that Week 18 game? Zay Flowers not being in there, wasn't the pass game a little kind of
I think it was more
stale?
that. I mean, he found Bateman a couple times. He looked okay.
Nah, he didn't look sure.
Kind of a weird game because it felt, even when it wasn't out of hand as far as the score, it felt out of hand. Where it's like, oh my God, this game's kind of over, isn't it? Obviously, once he gets to the playoffs, things can definitely change for Lamar, as they often have. Starting on Sunday, Denver is heading to Buffalo as an 8.5-point dog.
Dude, I can only imagine what Dan Campbell said in the locker room, but his interview after he came out of tunnel, he looked like he might be on the verge of a heart attack, like or stroke, like the neck veins on that man after that halftime speech. Holy shit. Now I feel not great being on the Vikings. We'll see.
Well, it's not a great second down.
We'll see.
I feel like they weren't on the same page there. Anyway, the Broncos 8.5-point dogs heading up to Orchard Park, 47.5. That number feels close-ish to probably. I haven't looked up what I'm going to make it.
I think that closes 10.
That's
the Broncos. The Broncos are not a backdoor team.
The pushback on that would be Buffalo's defense has given up some yards to some squirrely offenses.
So you think just the over is a good look there? If the weather's good, it's the early kick.
That's what the weather is.
It's the early kick. I mean, I don't think the Broncos defense is fairly priced. Oh, you got a nice play.
He was there pretty early.
I think I don't really think here's the problem. Like, the problem is a 2-score deficit for the Broncos, the game's over. Like, they're not comeback situated at all. And I think the defense is a hair overrated, at least against an elite offense. I think that the team.
Oh no, that's where I'm saying I like the over.
Oh yeah,
like,
okay.
The defense is good, but maybe not against
Orchard
something
Park
like
is going to be good. Okay, so over 47.5 is probably worth writing down. You can get some garbage time points from the Broncos. If it's like 30-10, I think you're going to get there, right? If it's 30-10, I think there'll be one more touchdown. You're home.
Green Bay
that only gets you to 47, so I guess you need more than that. If it's 31-10, I think you'll get one more touchdown and then they'll get home.
I guess we'll assume Jalen Hurts will be fine by then.
Let's assume that.
Let's assume so. 3.5.
Let's assume Hurts and Love are both fine.
Yeah, I think they did say the Love stuff was precautionary, and the Hurts stuff, obviously, that they were in a weird spot where it didn't really matter. But we'll assume Jalen Hurts is 100%. Watson's out. Love's fine. 3.5 points at home. 46.5 for a total. I guess this is kind of where we find out if Green Bay has
Pickett versus Willis, or Tanner McKee versus Willis. Tanner McKee, man, that guy's can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him.
I think Aaron Jones is heading to the locker room. Good. Overtime in World. You know who has tickets for the World Juniors? Their friend
who?
Kelly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he went to the World Juniors I think he was hoping probably his Canadians would do better than they did, because they did very poorly. Cam Akers, look at that.
I'll take the points with the Packers. I'm not dying to take the points.
It's sliding up. It's 4.5 here.
I think it should be an expensive 3. I don't think it should be 4.5. And I don't mind.
My only push is that Green Bay has kind of looked like shit against good teams.
Yeah. You think they're schedule merchants?
1-5 in division.
That was a nice run.
Do you know that? So they were a blocked field goal away from going 0-6 in the division.
Cam Akers' legs look fresh, man. They were. That's a very good point. They were a blocked field goal away from
1-5. Oh, good.
Well, the NFC North is it's a grind. It's a grindhouse.
I mean, yeah. Sorry, you had to play the Vikings and Lions twice. That's not easy.
Bummer.
I'll give them some credit there. Yeah, I'm probably on market with that generally, and then Tampa is the 3-point home favorite against
I
Washington.
think you're getting the better quarterback with Love, and you're getting points.
You're getting the better quarterback, but you're not getting the better offense holistically.
That's fine. That's fair. That's
Better
a
offensive
reasonable
line,
take.
better running back, better scheme, better wide receiver 1, better wide receiver 2. Now,
Okay.
the fact that Watson's out, you have better tight ends, maybe negligible.
Better
Yeah,
coordinator.
the Vikings should hire a guy to do their red zone stuff going forward.
It's not good. I don't know.
It's been kind of a tough hang in the
I
red
really
zone.
want a touchdown here, man.
And then the highest total of the week is on that. And we haven't seen what the Rams, Vikings, Rams, Lions, what have you will be yet. But the highest total so far is the Sunday night game. It's 50.5 for a couple of defenses that can get, shat on.
Yeah. Is that why that's the Sunday night football game? Because they were expecting fireworks and entertainment?
I don't know.
I can't come up with any other reason why that would have been the choice.
I said that in the Discord. I'm like, maybe they just said, hey, highest total goes on Sunday night.
Rematch of week 1 where Todd Bowles fed Jaden Daniels his lunch.
Vikings will go here. Fourth from 2. See if we can go 0
Tell me
for
what
4
happens
in the
because
red
you're
zone.
well ahead of me.
Oh, can you imagine going 0 for 4 in the red zone to start
give me
a game?
the call. Yeah, give me the call.
Within
LaFleur sucked today, but it also didn't really matter that much, so I don't know that it...
I didn't catch a lot of that game. I get it. It's like a rivalry game, but that's crazy. It's crazy the Bears won that. Green Bay had something to play for. And I understand there were a couple injuries that were, mattered. And like, hey, we don't need to push the issue with Love.
You going to call this one live?
Turnover and downs.
Fuck. For real?
Yeah. Scramble. Couldn't get anything done. Threw it to Addison, a little low.
Better than a pick in the end zone, I guess.
A little outside. Yeah. Amazing.
At least you got him pinned.
If they went full, what's the knob dick on VSIN? Lombardi.
I was like,
They'd be up 12. They'd be up 12-10.
Yeah. They sure would be.
That's
why you always take the points, especially in hindsight.
They're easy.
Fuck, man, that was a good drive.
I have a
Cam
question.
Akers run. Cam Akers should have gotten that one into the end zone. That's annoying.
I have a good question for you.
Yeah, hit me.
I tweeted this, so you didn't see it because you're a quitter. I said, when you've had that perfect amount of beer and you become a really good bowler, I said, that's where they need to get Sam Darnold to at halftime because he just looked like he's so geeked up. And Aaron Watershow, great.
Top cocky. Yep.
Friend and one of the hardest grinders in the world. He says, how many beers is that for you, bro? And I had to think about it. It probably depends if they're like a strong IPA or something wild. Or
you don't drink that bowling, do you? Bowling is like a fucking lager. That's lager season. Pilsner lager season. Yeah.
We have one bowling alley that is like state of the art. It has like laser tag and arcade. Fucking everything in there, and it's like brand new.
Yeah.
They have
so you can get all your recreation in one place. I like it.
They have like the fancy bar, and then we have a shitty bowling alley, which I like. And I mean, it's like Grain Belt, High Life, Mick Golden, Bud Light, Budweiser, Coors. What do you have?
Yeah,
and I think
Coors Original. 16-ounce draft pour of Coors Original, 2 or 3, and you're in the zone.
I was going to say 2.5.
the third beer is the frame that you tell stories.
While you're on that,
the third beer,
while you're on that third, 23 ouncer.
Oh, they pour 23 ounces.
That's what a tall is.
Oh my goodness.
Did you have a bar you really liked in college, like that you went to every time, or were you all over the place?
Yeah.
And again, this would have been like 2004 or 5, but the big 23 ounces.
Yeah, Charlie's was our jam, and they had dollar beer nights that were.
They had
amazing.
the tall one, the big tall one like that. They'd have $2 for that.
Charlie's on 9th Street in Durham.
Mine was definitely Skinner's.
Nice. All right, let's do our duties for the people and do a little overtime commentary here. People are asking about basketball.
Golf punted for some reason.
The first question about basketball comes from our good friend Holt. Takeaways from Thunder Celtics today? Yeah. Drew Holiday is washed. Holy shit. His regression this year is like spooky. And the numbers have been saying it for a while. Oh, is that an arm punt? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Nice.
Reasons
the numbers have been saying it for a while, and I've been like, oh, let's just see him in a, maybe it's just like he's just on cruise control because it's the regular season. Let's see him in a higher profile game. He could not do anything today. And that he was such a hugely important part of the Celtics run last year that I'm nervous about their point of attack defense. We need Derek White hasn't really improved. He's a little plateauy. That's spooky. And yeah, Drew Holiday's regression is very, very scary. The game meant more to the Thunder. They're obviously they're the up and comers. They're the challengers. Like the Celtics are the champs. Like you're not going to necessarily bring out full stop. You're not going to go balls to the wall January 5th, even if it's an important game. And the Celtics have a history of like kind of not playing up to opponents who are taking them on in the regular season the last handful of years. Like the Nuggets games I can remember, the Sixers games I can remember, like where they were like the other team came in ready to go and the Celtics just kind of freaking fiddle fucked. That was sort of the vibe I got from the Celtics today. Pritchard could not handle the length of the Oklahoma City defense at all. That's a problem if he's somewhat solvable in the playoff series. But really just you got to watch for what's going on with Drew Holiday. If he continues to play this poorly, he's such a huge part of their closing five, then you got to actually downgrade the Celtics. But yeah, Porzingis will look better. I'm assuming that they're going to be, the market loved the shit out of them today. They were 2.5 point dogs, and then in the blink of an eye, it was 1 right at the close. So there's obviously still a ton of Celtic support out there. If that's the sort of market you see in the finals, then I'm probably going to have a lot of Celtics, but I really want to see Holiday play better. Mavs, Grizz tomorrow. Small, lean Mavs, but I'm probably not going to play it. It's not a big enough edge. The biggest edge for me tomorrow is yuck. God. My edges tomorrow are probably all unplayable. Numbers want me to bet Miami. That doesn't feel good after the way they're in quit.
I feel like numbers might not be driving with the situational stuff.
My numbers say Phoenix and Miami are bets tomorrow. P fucking you. Jesus.
This is here's a callback. Remember we talked about this in the pod. The combined red zone trips from Minnesota and Detroit in the last game was 1. And I think the one team was 0 for 1 or something. Maybe there was no touchdowns from the red zone last time.
And now they're just there constantly. And
the Lions touchdown was not from the red zone. That was 25 yards out. Lions have not been to the red zone yet. This is curious. Do you think Jimmy goes somewhere, or are they just going to tell him to pound sand? You're here.
I think he's go. They're definitely going to trade him.
Okay, I haven't followed it close enough.
Are you new? You don't know about heat culture? Jimmy broke some of the cardinal rules about heat culture, man.
He did break some heat culture.
Yeah, you don't get to puff your chest out and talk about heat culture and keep a guy like Jimmy around. Hell fucking no.
I'm getting updates. We're good.
There was any Aussie Open looks. I don't have any Aussie Open looks right now. I think my numbers say Alcaraz for the men, but going up against Sinner on this surface feels like a little bit like suicide. I think it's a 2-man race on the men's. It's just, do you have the stomach to back Alcaraz? And because his futures price could be his money line price against Sinner in the final. That's not crazy.
Those are always funny when it's like clearly it's just he has one match that matters.
He has one match.
There's so many Grand Slam matches where people are minus 10,000 for like a round or two.
I think there was some wild, funny results. Kei Nishikori won a title. Did you see that? He won an ATP title. Kei Nishikori.
What was it? One of those warm ups?
No. Oh yeah. I mean, it was the Hong Kong Open.
Oh no, I mean like an Aussie warm up.
Well, I mean,
is that an Aussie warm up?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, they used to do that one in India. They moved it to Hong Kong. Osaka lost and got hurt. That was a bummer. She was playing good tennis.
Now that's
the ATP Cup was fascinating. Goff pretty clearly is level. Goff is level with Iga right now, which is fascinating to me. Sabalenka, the rightful favorite. Rybakina is probably if you want a runner in the Aussie, probably Rybakina at price. Bencic, I bet at triple price, three-digit number, but I don't know that I really think she has a decent chance. She's just going to make a run. Yeah, I mean, the draw is going to be fascinating. The draw is going to matter a lot on the women's side because there's a little bit of rock, paper, scissors going on right now, right? Like Paolini was playing amazing, scissoring on WTA tour. Is that a surprise?
Yeah.
Paolini was playing really fucking well, and then Mukova just ate her lunch. And then Mukova has been playing in general really well, and Iga just blasted her. So there's a little bit of like a lot of the kind of below Sabalenka tier players are doing a little round robin in terms of who's good. And then there's a lot of young up and coming players who are interesting to me. Andreeva did not hold up well against Sabalenka. I don't know if you saw that. Sabalenka got pushed to 3 by Kudermetova, so she may not be super sharp.
Like Mira is so young. That's a big ass because it's like
she's coming into the season in the top 20. Did you know that?
I know, but still, like
she's gonna have a good ranking and a bunch of chances.
True, there's something about having that woman on the other side of the net from you. And how big is Mira?
Mira height weight. Let me see.
Well, no, just like compared to I can't say her name now.
Mira is 5'9", and growing.
I want the tail of the tape on that match.
Yeah.
It's 60 pounds on her. Just physically imposing.
What's going on in this game? I'm all over the place now with the numbers.
Kind of Darnold threw behind somebody.
Are we kicking him a monster long field goal here?
It's only gonna be a 50-yarder, but it's not like this kicker just kicked out of bounds on a kickoff. I think he'll be fine. This is pain,
man.
Yeah, that was behind Jefferson. He probably still should have caught it, and I think it would have been 4th and 1. I don't think he would have got the first down.
You. I'm so far behind you.
They would have gone. Field goal is good.
51-yarder. Okay.
So we have a 1-point game. Should be a 1-point game the other way. Safety. I'm still counting that safety.
We're ahead on the second half bet, man.
We're above water.
Any other fun questions?
What was your favorite Christmas present?
Ooh. I got a new pair of. I got a new ski bib. You know what that is? Ski pants.
Or are you crossing?
Ski pants, obviously.
Bibs. We call them bibs. We say S. There has to be an S on it.
What did I say?
You just said ski bib.
No. Well, I got a new pair of ski bibs, right? I got a new pair of ski bibs then. But yeah, I got the ones I got the one with the suspenders that buckles up higher so that you don't get snow down your ass crack if you're out in the powder. That was the best present I got.
We have those
super
too.
Fired up to use that. Everybody has those. My head is so into ski
crossing the picket lines.
No, what? Oh, at Vail?
No. Yeah,
that's epic. Or MyCon. Yeah. No, I had no interest in.
I was gonna say everybody here has bibs except their canvas Carhartts.
Oh, nice.
Like you
Nice.
have to have those growing up. I don't know.
I have a 6 set, and it's comfortable. It's gonna keep me warm. It's gonna keep the snow out of my shorts. So I'm fired up.
No, those are
I've been
always
wanting them
better
for a
than
while.
just the snow
And
pants that stop at the
the
waist.
suspenders themselves, they look snappy. It's great. Fired up. What was your favorite Christmas present?
I don't know. I added something really late. I had a weird one. I ordered. I forgot I put it on like my wish list. It's a blanket, and it's pretty soft. There's nothing really remarkable about it, but it's 10 feet by 10 feet. There's something about this blanket I really like. It's been a really good reading blanket. I got a bunch of birding gear because
Is it
I'm
weighted
old.
or just it's just a
No,
nice a nice texture and a
it is just the
comfortable
size
fabric.
of a small room. It's 10 feet by 10 feet. It's so big.
It's like the one Lindemann was in the ski snow.
I got a bunch of birding stuff because we got bird feeders up now, and I've been drawing birds. I got new binocs and some books and stuff on that. I got a lot of books. I got a lot of kitchen stuff. I got some golf stuff. What was the kitchen?
Nishikori lost? I thought he beat. Oh, was that the semifinal? I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think what the kitchen gear I got was.
Oh, he lost to Muller. Oh yeah, shit. I thought the final.
Ooh, speaking of Key Nishikori,
my bad.
I got a very nice Japanese handsaw. They make very good handsaws for out in the wood shop that I wanted. I'm trying to think. I just got a lot of small stuff like that. I'm trying to think what the kids got me. Just random weird stuff too. It's got to be, honestly, I really like these little binoculars.
For me this year, I'm gonna probably have 3 weekends in Mammoth and then 1 week at Jackson Hole. I probably am gonna get somewhere in the ballpark of 12 to 15 days, maybe more if I'm lucky. Right now, Mammoth is at about 120% of normal, so that's lucky because we're in severe drought here in LA. It was like, dude, today outside you needed sunscreen. It was brutal. It was like 65, 70 in the sun. Real feel. It was brutal. And we haven't had rain since like last winter. So
it was like 3 below this morning. It was so cold. Oh my God. Yeah, it's slightly colder here. I know I want to take the kids skiing, but like it's miserable when it's like 10. You don't want to go when it's like 10 degrees and windy. At least the big snowstorm missed us.
Also, where Murray is in? You must be in Colorado. Colorado, I think, is a little bit lean right now. All the snow happens to be in Oregon. Weirdly, they're at like 200% of normal. Whistler's done well. If you're into that, if you're into, the moguls and the backcountry, Whistler is the place to be right now. Probably not.
I wonder if more people.
Telluride area. Oh, Telluride is beautiful.
So is it only Vail that they're having that's just that one place they're having the
I don't know. I figured I think it is just
I think it might be all the places that do the Epic out there.
Epic?
Though.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it has to do with that because they don't want to raise the pay and it's the safety guys. I can't think of the name of the ski patrol.
Ski patrol, yeah, the avalanche control.
They're not important though.
Yeah.
Until you need them. You need them.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. I'm probably just going to go to Afton Alps because I like that one.
Cool.
Or Mount. Where did Adam Thielen go to school?
I don't know why I'm blanking.
Mankato State.
Mankato, yes.
Their ski resort is called Mount Cato.
Mount Cato.
It sucks, but it's cheap and I like it. They don't have very many runs, but it's very inexpensive and it's not far from here. So once it warms up, I'll take the kids to get them on the bunny hill again.
Oh, so yeah, all the tennis results today. I was so distracted. Opelka was running in Brisbane and he retired in the final. Lecheka won a title. Muller won a title. Like these are fraud titles. PU. All right. What do we how do you feel about the second half of this game? I think we avoided a loser with the over. There's a lot of time left.
50 the people that bet under 58 and drove that down to 56.5
feeling good.
looking okay.
Yeah. A lot of negative plays for the Detroit
Dude,
offense. In this
the
game.
one where
Wow.
he threw it and Van Ginkel was back there like 8 yards deep right away. I yelled so loud because I was worried that guy was dead. He hit
That
them
was a hell of
very
a hit.
hard.
Was
He
that
hit them
Gibbs that got it?
very decleated him.
Who
I
do you
felt
think
bad
wins
'cause-
DPOY?
you know what? They should give it to that white pass rusher from the Bengals,
Hendrickson?
Hendrickson.
Do you
Because he
think
looks
he
like
actually wins?
when he takes his face off, his helmet off, he looks like Boss Baby. He looks like a toddler. He looks like the least imposing person in the world. He looks like a tiny child. Super hilarious to me every time I see it. And he is a monster. It's not like Garrett did enough. If Van Ginkel were the one that recovered that ball and scored, maybe he gets like some late boost. Honestly, I think TJ Watt wins it. And that
What?
sucks.
What? No way.
It's just
I
the
feel
name.
like that is
I-
dead.
I
TJ
don't
Watt's
know.
case is
I
dead.
don't know that those guys actually do research.
TJ
Like
Watt,
they're
how
not looking
many-
at pressure rates.
Do you know how many forced fumbles TJ Watt had called back by penalties this year? Was it like 4? I know of at least 3. I think there might have been 4.
Ski school? It was ski school.
When the TJ Watt strip sack got called back, I jumped off the couch because I'm against Watt. I was like, yes, thank God. There's a penalty.
The thing is that they don't hold like. If you saw it, it's still embedded in your brain. You're seeing him do these things.
Yeah, but you look at the numbers and he didn't.
How many people
did he even record a tackle?
That's what I'm saying. Do people go back and like, I better go look at the numbers? I think they just have their guys. Half the people probably just have their guys. Here's who I'm voting for.
Okay, that's possible. I think that there's enough. There's enough now to kind of give it to another pass rusher that he's going to be like 3rd or 4th on a lot of ballots. I don't think he's going to win.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I'd like to see somebody new win it.
TJ Watt. If you didn't know, you would just looking at the box score, you wouldn't have known he played.
Who are you on? Like who's your best case scenario?
Oh, anyone but Watt.
Anyone?
Yeah.
So like
I wrote. Yeah, I'm on the other side of somebody who wanted. Watt.
So you wrote wrote no.
Yeah.
I getcha. I was so curious. What?
Yeah. I matched no on Watt and no on Josh Allen. That's going to lose. I think, right? MVP probably
Joy Taylor, DPOI.
You think probably Josh Allen wins MVP? Probably.
Josh Allen. Honestly, I think it's crazy close between him and Lamar. And
but it's Lamar, like 51-49, and there's no more. There's nothing else that's going to change anything.
Lamar getting to play Week 18, I think helped.
40 touchdowns and 4 picks. 40 and 4 has never been done.
Josh Allen has the eye test. Amazing. And he carried a bad team. Whereas it's funny how Derrick Henry's being used as a negative. He had Derrick Henry. Yeah, he also was really, really good. He was amazing this year. I honestly, if I could just wave a magic wand, I'd want to give it co-MVP.
Oh, that's happened before. How would they grade those markets?
See, they won't do that anymore because of how it works. Remember
the way they tally the votes?
They did the magic tiebreaker last time with the coach of the year.
Yeah, but what if it's 25 first and 25 seconds for both men? What if half the block goes Allen over Jackson and the other half goes Jackson over Allen?
I don't know. Allen Jackson wins it. Yeah, it is dumb. Part of the 51-49 is Lamar won last year, which is dumb too, but it's still
very dumb. Yeah.
It's part of the human condition, man. OPOY, Rookie of the Year, those are decided. Comeback Player of the Year, who knows? We'll see if some of these voters might just be I agree with the league. I agree with what they said, and I'm not going to vote for people who didn't get injured. I'm voting for Burrow, and then I worry that Darnold doesn't win because there's going to be a block of voters that feels that way, and they're just Darnold's not even going to get, any down ballot votes from a big chunk of people. So even if a few people half put him as first place, he's not going to get any additional points from a big chunk of the block. Where they said, I'm putting all injured guys. It's going to be Dobbins. It's going to be, Burrow. It's going to be all these guys who got injured and came back. What's the other one? And then Verse has got it too as well.
I don't think I gave the people anything of value for NBA, so I just want to give them this. Circle the 9th and the 10th this week. That's Thursday and Friday. Golden State Warriors have an absolute beautiful spot on Thursday against the Pacers. Against the Pistons, and then turn around and they have one of the most horrific spots of the season on Friday against the Pacers. So I would say back the Warriors at any price Thursday, take your winnings and double down on the Pacers at any price Friday. And those two should be good. And if they're losing at halftime on either one of those sides, then bet at halftime. Right now, the super tired teams are absolutely shitting their pants in second halves in the NBA.
Yogo Bonito. I don't know if Benito had
on a Friday. Fuckery Friday is gonna hurt me if the Pacers don't win, come to that game. Yeah, Scott knows.
And our U.S. I'm assuming it's sudden death in the playoffs. For the World Juniors, U.S. just scored. Suck it, Finland.
How do you find that?
That was such a good play.
How do you? That's probably on. That's probably on Flash Score, right?
Yeah, that's what I pulled it up on Flash Score. That was like Ben Johnson called a really good play there. But again, the Lions are cheating, so it doesn't matter. Touchdown, Detroit. I'm going to go home. Minnesota just needs to drive now. Well, at least Kelly got a good game to watch.
What are we looking at? Under 18 world under 20?
So what I did was I just put live and it popped up because it was one live. Now it's not live anymore because they've ended it.
Okay, we're in the playoffs and we are up to the finals where we will take on a Czech Republic team that we have already defeated once. We beat them in the semifinals. How is it that we beat them in the semifinals? Were we on the loser side of the bracket?
I have no idea what's going on.
We beat the Czech Republic, or was that the third place game? And this was the final. USA won. Yeah. It's over. It's over.
I was gonna say you had me a little confused because I thought it was the final tonight.
This was the final. Well, I looked at the draw and they have Finland, USA, and Sweden, Czech Republic, but that was the third place game. My bad. Okay.
Good job to the Czech Republic for getting third place. Getting that third place check.
Great question from Lingowick. Has Tomlin ever won a game that's not on a Sunday?
I feel like he's won some Monday nighters.
Well, yeah, no, but any short rest, any short prep, any abbreviated prep for Tomlin turns him into a pumpkin.
That's true, but he played Saturday, so it's Saturday to Saturday. It's not abbreviated prep.
Oh, that's a good point.
That is, it's normal prep, but just adjusted normal prep.
Okay. All right. Well, let's hope the Vikings get a touchdown on this and make this a competitive game. If not, second half play is not looking so good.
Is it too late? Is it too early to go for two? Let's say the Vikings take a 5-minute drive here. So it would be 12 or 13 minutes left in the game. You're down by 8.
If you're down 8, you go for 2. Absolutely.
I don't think it's too early.
Why would there? I don't even know that there's what is the upside of making it a 1-score game? I mean, a 1-point game, right? Yeah. There's no upside in between 1 and 2. No difference, right?
If you did have that safety, there would be.
I guess if you had the safety in the back pocket. Yeah.
I was just kind of leading into that. All right, we're gonna call it a night.
All right, good work.
We'll be back. We'll do a betting show
preview.
Let's do a wild card preview for sure.
All right, see you then. We want to do that on Wednesday normal time.
I don't know. We could do it any day we want. Yeah, let's just do Wednesday.
Back-to-back junior sales in USA history. Oh, good for us.
Canada.
Finally, USA catching a break in hockey. Can you believe it?
Honestly, they might as well be the 51st state now. They're fucking terrible at hockey. terrible at curling. Like they're not good at anything anymore. What's the point?
They were amazing at swimming. Did you see Summer McIntosh at the Olympics, man?
Yeah,
And then
they
in
did
the
have a
short
good
course
swimming.
world, she's setting world records by minutes. It's crazy. She's taking minutes. Not really.
We'll see.
minutes, but
We'll
seconds.
see
She's
once
taking
we get
seconds off of
to the
world
Olympics.
records. It's unbelievable. All right, man.
All right,
I'll let you
see
go.
you guys.
Have a good one.